to you, we do this for new members or members that want to be acquainted. They may have been members for a while, but are looking for more acquaintance. But as I said before, we are reaching out to many of our employed physicians in large groups to have a quote unquote one-on-one with the organization about the medical group, the medical society. Next slide. So Samita, we have 3,000 plus physicians. You went a little one forward, yes. But we're actually the voice of 11,000 plus physicians in the DC, Maryland, or Virginia area. And our mission is very simple: to make the district the best place to practice medicine. We were founded in 1817, and we were the 12th medical society in the district to be formed. No, the 12th medical society in the United States to be formed. And we were the first in the country to be chartered by an act of Congress. We were given the authority to basically license physicians. And that came about because in the district, there were a lot of quote unquote presence of quackery medicine, and they wanted to legitimize the profession. And so the society was given that authority. In 1911, we joined forces with the Medical Association of the District of Columbia to set the standards, the ethical standards, as well as procedures that was disciplining our profession and our members. And in 1872, we had the first woman to join the medical society. And this was after 4 attempts of trying. Next slide. One of the main things that we do, and there are many things we do, we have 4 buckets of growth, backwards. And that is ensuring to be the best place to practice medicine, we needed to provide quality care to all. We needed to protect our practice, whether it is a large organization or a medium-sized private practice or a small private practice. Our mission is also to promote public health and to make prescriptions affordable. And we do this, Samita, through advocacy. And being able to not just be the voice of the profession, but have health professionals with expertise in their area to express their concerns, their needs, their wants, recognizing that they're the stakeholders, they have the ability to share their experiences to the community, but especially to the government of DC in a more influencing, being able to influence those that make policies in a better way. Pia, is there anything you want to add when it comes to advocacy?
No.
Okay.
We do have.
Yep. We have Pia, the physician who is the committee chairman of the advocacy committee. He couldn't join us today. He had something else available, but we have a video.
Group in the DC suburban Maryland service area.
Pia, it's not showing, but
okay.
There we are. Let's hear Dr. Peoples.
Hi, everyone. My name is Clint Peebles, and I'm a dermatologist with the Mid-Atlantic Permanente Medical Group in the DC suburban Maryland service area and chair of the MSDC Advocacy Committee. Advocacy has become increasingly important as we recognize that medicine does not exist in a vacuum. And personally, I consider it part of my career and profession to be invested in advocacy, as this is fundamentally intertwined in my clinical work. Our ability to provide evidence-based, quality, and holistic care to our patients is impacted by a host of issues, including local, state, and federal law, regulatory guidance, and directives. Advocacy really is an incredible intersection of medicine, policy, and society, and this is the space where we have the opportunity to influence that policy that will not only have an impact on how we practice, but also the ability to achieve the health outcomes we work toward every single day on behalf of our patients. Whether we're talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion in medicine, access to affordable medications, the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccinations, scope of practice concerns, public health and preventative care, et cetera, the list is endless. Advocacy is at its core a collaborative sport. We work with our colleagues, patients, regulatory bodies, local officials, including those on the DC Council, and broader organized medicine in general, including the American Medical Association and respective specialty societies, to mutually represent our profession and ensure that our voices are heard on issues that will impact our ability to practice and for our patients to see us and to get the care that they need. Ultimately, who better to fight and advocate for our patients and profession than us? And while our medical group at MAPMG may feel insulated in many respects, we are still subject to the broader national healthcare landscape, and advocacy is no less important for us than any other physician. We need everyone to be involved. I encourage you to reach out, be involved, ask questions, and remember, our voice is only as powerful as those behind it.
Thank you, Pia. I'll wait for our next slide. So Dr. People is one of our dermatologists, and he practices in DC, Pia. Samita, and it's pretty busy, but he's very active within the group. Okay, our next slide is how we can benefit you as a member of the medical society. And that's where, the well-being that we spoke of earlier, being able to maintain your well-being as well as improve. We want you to connect with peers. We want you to network, grow professionally. How can you save time and money? Well, not as much money with us, but spending time with practice resources. What can we do to make your practice a bit smoother? And as staying ahead of news and being well informed, especially during COVID. MSDC was very active in getting the private practice physicians the resources that they needed. We also was very much involved in educating the public on the vaccination and why it was important, and recognizing where there was issues of education, where there were issues of misinformation, and where there was issues of inequity. We were there at the table to voice those concerns. Next slide. So well-being, our well-being program, maintaining and improving your health. We know that 44% of our physicians have reported burnout, and 11 of them have had some association with depression, dysthymia, melancholy, but definitely anxiety. So we provide 2 complimentary consultation from our Physician Healthy program. Now let me explain it to you in a basic term. We have a foundation, Samita, that is dedicated to the overall well-being of physicians. You don't have to be a member for one component. The other component, there are more benefits if you are a member of MSDC. Under the foundation are 2 programs. It's the Well-Being Program and the Healthy Physician Program. The Well-Being Program is just that. It is prevention, maintenance, and improvement. The Healthy Physician Program are those physicians who are impaired. They either will self-refer or they can be referred by other entities. It can be the Board of Medicine, or it can be a organization. For example, MedStar Health or MAPMG can refer an impaired physician there, whether they're depressed or using substance. We're there for them, and it is confidential. We are guiding the process. We do not control the process, but we make sure the checklist is complete. and that the physician is meeting the standards set by the Board of Medicine to be able to return back to work healthy. Next slide. And we also have different committees. Go back one, please. And I'll ask Pia to actually inform you of these different committees that you are able to participate in.
Okay. I just like to share. For some reason, there's a background, isn't there? A background noise, isn't there?
No, we don't hear that.
Oh, okay, good. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
I am going to show on our website where our sections are located. This is our wonderful website, which is available on demand on your schedule 24/7 on any device that you go to. If you go to the membership tab, you can look at the communities, and that's where we have information about all the different communities we have, whether it's our advocacy committee that Dr. Peebles spoke about, our early career physicians section, whether it's women in medicine, our practice managers group, our Medical Society Alliance Foundation, our Wellbeing Committee, our task force on family violence, the unconscious bias task force. There's a whole slew of opportunities for doctors to dig into whatever passion or whatever they are passionate about in the healthcare sphere. And you can get involved by filling out your information right here and then submitting it and reaching out, or just reaching out to any of your friendly MSDC staff. Right here is information about all of your staff, and you can reach out to us and get answers to questions about how to get involved. Those are our sections. We also have a weekly event and information group, which much of that content is actually put on by physician leaders like yourselves, who have created different issues that are of interest to them. We had the Women in Medicine section did a webinar on parenting during the pandemic. They also did something on imposter syndrome. Our early career physicians just hosted an event on residency and applying for residency for students, and they're going to be doing more things like that. And our advocacy forum is very active as well. So that's just a quick overview of some of the different resources that we have available to members, and where you can find it on our website. And then I will go back to the slideshow unless there's any other questions.
Nope.
No, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. And finally, we also have resources. Now, being very direct, Samita, many of the resources that MSDC has is very directed to the private practice physician. For giving you some data, the membership is made up of 88% employed physician, and our largest group is MedStar. We have our doctors at GW, the MFA, we have those at Sibley, and MAPMG. We are looking to engage Howard more and getting them to be part of it as a organization. But I would say a lot of the resources are very useful. What I am trying to understand, especially from a physician like yourself from MAPMG, is how can these resources not duplicate what MAPMG offers, because they provide that to us. They provide practice management centers, and they also give us a wealth of information as it pertains to CME. But where's the void that while at work, it's difficult to obtain that information? There was a lot of information on COVID, yet I don't think they provided a wealth of information of how to engage patients from different populations. It was just in general how to engage the patient, but not looking at, if I can be granular, a female from a Korean background who have certain concerns, or a Latina who lives with, 10 members, family members, and their concern. We had different speakers from different backgrounds who went into the community and provided a sense of clarity and encouragement as it pertains to COVID and COVID vaccination. So there was the difference. But I think I truly need to help be a voice for you guys in finding out where's that gap, so that if MAPMG doesn't present it in the way that you need it, i.e. your patient population, can MSDC cover that? And also, I would say to you that our physicians, we do network, we network internally. And Dr. Peoples mentioned, having a voice is important, and it's only as strong as the people behind the voice. I think there's a lot that other physicians can learn from us if we are given that opportunity to get out there in front. And there's a lot of opportunities for us to learn from them. So I think that being MSDC being that springboard is the opportunity. So just finding that granularity that you guys need as physicians at a large organization like Kaiser Permanente is what's missing right now. Next slide. Now, on the 29th, this doesn't affect us much, but there's information, there's a form that we're holding on DC Medicaid. We also, on the 13th, we're meeting with one of the council members, and on the 29th of October is our annual gala. And if you can attend, it's on a Friday. It is, you will enjoy it. It's an opportunity to come out and meet those outside of MAPMG, although there are a lot of MAPMG participants, but you will see people from MedStar that you haven't seen in a while. You will see those who are very active in the private practice community, as well as others. It's something I also didn't mention. Despite the fact that we're 88% of the membership, the private practice physicians are actually the more active in the organization. And I think one of it is because organizations like MAPMG provide a lot of resources that make us believe we don't need to look on the outside. Next slide. Next slide would be questions and answers. And this is where we stop the recording.
Okay.